Yeah, so today we're gonna look at a user request. He wanted to dribble like Jadon Sancho, and he's pretty much specified this clap here. So let's first watch the example. Okay, so let's have a look what's happening here. So if you see Jadon Sancho, the ball's rolling this way, and he takes the touch. Looks like with the outside of his toes or the edge of his boot with his right foot. And you see that body, I think kind of like Messi when he does his feint, is upright. And then, he extends that leg. Maybe it's not fully out, but it is fairly extended and, keeps that body fairly upright. It's not too bent over and that shoulder drops. And then, actually what he does is a double feint. So, he extends it there and then well, you see that leg isn't as extended, but you see that shoulder drop. And I think at this point, due to the angles when you do the double feet, you do have to like bend down a bit. I know when I do like well, it's not exactly like a double feint, but what Messi does is like extends his foot there and then he steps his like dribbling foot in. So sometimes you do have to like bend down a bit, but see that shoulder does drop, and then you see like I think he just decides to continue on, but you see the defender lose footing there. So I think after this second feint here, that might not really be too much of a feint. I think he just continues to go here and see what the defender does, but he loses his footing and he continues to go past him. Now, on the other hand, like after the second feint here, if the defender lunged in, this way, oh, actually, sorry, rather like lunged in this way, then he'd be off earlier. He wouldn't do this extra step to see what the defender does. Okay, let's see the subscriber's attempt. Okay, so the picture's a little blurry, but we'll try do our best to make it out. One thing I do want to notice is you see it looks like you're on cement. I highly recommend that you practice this on a field, even if it's just a patch of grass, because when you do a feint and extend that leg, I find a lot of times your foot tends to slip, so you can't keep that like body like this. Sometimes you have to kind of like almost lean over because to adjust your weight over there because it's not a good enough traction. Unless you do plan on playing on on concrete all the time, then maybe you want to practice on this type of surface. So you touch the ball here. Seems like your body's still fairly upright. So here I think you bend down a little too much too early for your first feint. Like I mentioned, Jadon Sancho had his body fairly upright for his first feint. And again, we can look at Jadon Sancho, but you see like his like first feint there. Like you see, it's not perfectly straight out, but it's still fairly out there. Here, I think it looks like a little too bent at this point here and not enough to the side. Now, again, I think that relates to because you're on cement. If you do that there, I don't think there's enough traction for you to extend your leg that far. And as you go and let's see what you do here. Because I don't think you immediately go to the second feint. Yeah, I think you just feint again. And again, I think you're a little bent a little too much with your body. And you touch the ball. Here's another attempt you did. We actually did a double feint, so let's watch that. So let's see, do your first feint there. You see that like arm kind of go out to the side. I think it's because you're bent a little too much, and also because you're on concrete. So it's up to you, but I highly recommend you do it on some grass. And then you want that leg more extended over to the side. Seems like you're almost like you see like looks like this shoulder is dropped where it really should be this shoulder. And then you go on to do the second feint there. Okay, and this is I think a bit better. Now here you can like bend down a little bit just because it's like a double feint. I think you kind of have to due to the body mechanics, and this shoulder is correctly dropped. One thing I do want to point out is I couldn't see it in your video because it wasn't clear enough, and also the angle. But you see when Sancho touches kind of like with the edge of his toes or his boot, it almost like Messi kind of like does a slight hop. So he's not like going up like this. and doing the feint. He's kind of like jumping up, and then I think probably hitting it at the apex of his jump, or sometimes I gotta put it like on the way down. See that like both his feet are up in the air. So maybe give that a try and see if it ends up being more effective.